tackled Rudolph. Rudolph didn't like the way that he was tackled.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Rips the helmet off Rudolph's head and then eventually swings it and hits him in the head. And then Ogunjobi comes up and hits Rudolph from behind.
Beyond words, Joe.
Oh, gosh, that's one of the worst things I've ever.
All right, well, we're starting the show off with a bang here. You're going to see more Mason Rudolph later today. This is the ChabDog's Sports Talk. ChabDog's Pick-nic Plaskett of Deplorables. And yes, that was very deplorable on the part of Myles Garrett. This is the Week 12 NFL preview show brought to you by Chabner Law, serving Southern California's business and transactional legal needs, as well as estate planning, and by ChabDog Sports Blog for your head of your sports headlines and biting sports commentary, chabdog.com, where you can see all the shows. Got a real full show for you today. Abe Miranda is up there on the upper right corner. Thank you for setting this up, Abe, my producer extraordinaire. And Brian Keller down there in the lower left, and he's got his Sports Rock hat on. That's a great Facebook site. I encourage everybody who likes sports and rock to look at that. And let's hope my picks go a little better this week. Last week, I think I was only 500 in your pool, Brian. But there were probably some other people that got some games wrong, right? Last week was not an easy week, was it?
Yeah, well, surprisingly, we had two people go 7-0.
Oh, that spoke too soon.
And a bunch of people got 6-1. So, but the rest of us, you were about the same as I was, like 4-3, I guess.
Yeah, well, I don't know if there's any. Maybe I can rally and get third. If we get third place, we still get a prize, right?
Third place, yeah, a little something.
I'm gonna get that hat. I'm looking forward to getting that hat to add to my repertoire.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that to you. So
yeah.
Let that come in. Really
all right, and I got a buddy of mine, Rick Saletta from another Yaley. Nice to see you, Rick. Always good to see you. And I had the pleasure of having dinner with you recently, and you've got a wonderful site on NFL weather. We're going to talk a lot about that now and go into that. It adds a lot of value to educate people on what the playing conditions are going to be like, which really can affect things like the over-under. And I don't know, we got to dig more into that site to maybe get educated on what's going to happen today. So how long have you had that site for?
Oh God, it's got to be going back 16, 17, 18 years now. Almost.
Wow.
And I can say that because I remember why I created it. I was, after a night out in San Francisco, I'm up doing the 2 a.m. feeding with my son on Sunday morning. What's a guy going to do at 2 a.m. after you get a baby to sleep? Well, I'm doing my fantasy lineup with the laptop on the other hand. And I remember I'm trying to answer one of the greatest questions of all time. Do I play Brady in the snow or Kaepernick in the rain? So I would hit the weather.coms and the wonderground.coms and determine who to put into my lineup. And I soon realized that those forecasts weren't located anywhere near the stadiums. And here in the Bay Area, we're known for the microclimates, same in New England, where I spend part of my time. So I'm adjusting my lineup. I have those browser windows open, and next thing you know, pop-up thrash metal ads screaming at me with whatever they're selling, wakes up the baby, and I'm pulling an all-nighter. That happened one too many times, and I decided to solve the problem. And that's why I set up the NFLweather.com site. By fans for fans, with the promise that there'll be no annoying talking pop-up ads. It's that simple. It's a dashboard for people to do their fantasy lineups, enter their pregame picks, and used by a number of broadcasters for the promise that it's not going to be annoying and the content will be in front of you.
Yeah. And do you have any idea how many people use your site?
Last year, we had 750,000 users. I've never advertised this site. It's grown organically from day one. I built it to solve a problem along with a colleague of mine who was also a defensive back. And it's grown organically with 750,000 like-minded users who just need a good source of game day information without all those annoyances and redirects.
Okay.
And you know what? And you know what, Rick? I really love that because sometimes people just are motivated to create something, to fill a need, to fill a gap, to fill something that just is needed, right? And I don't know. My brother is Frank the Tank from Barstool Sports, and he created Sports Encyclopedia back in 2001, which was really kind of an initial version of Wikipedia before Wikipedia, but like for sports, where you could get like team histories and team this and that. And it's basically a Wikipedia, and it carried him through until he got hired at Barstool in 2017. So he had been doing that website for a long time because he kind of felt there was this need for a place where you could go to just get kind of basic sports information. So it's really cool that you created that and finding that need.
Thank you.
Why don't you pull the site up so people can see it and get the feel for it?
Sure.
This is what it looks like when you go to the site, and you can, Rick, why don't you just walk us through?
So if you go to most websites these days, they act a little like newspapers in that they'll start an article, then you have to flip the page or the browser tab 3 or 4 times in order to finish it, in which time they've inserted advertising that you need to hit the little JavaScript X to get out of the way so that you can watch it. NFL weather is quite the opposite. Think more like as a dashboard when you're flying an airplane or driving a car. You can't have those distractions and annoyances. You're trying to get your picks in right before the kickoff. So NFL weather is set up to give as much information as possible on one screen. So going from top to left, we can look at the home page. The first thing you're going to see is the list of this week's games, complete with the game times, the matchup, the weather conditions, and whether or not the game is outside or in a stadium, and then the wind conditions and the network on which the game is being broadcast. If you'd like to get more details on a specific game, you can go to Read More. Under the Read More page, you'll get the stadium location, turf conditions, and more details about the stadium forecast. What makes the weather forecasts different and superior on NFL weather than other popular weather sites is that we triangulate multiple different weather sensors and services to give you the closest possible forecast to the stadium. So if you're looking at the game in San Francisco, it used to be the game was at Candlestick Park, and you could be getting the forecast from Sutro Tower in the city, or you it from SFO at the airport, but the game's down in Santa Clara, not at San Jose Airport, not at SFO. So those broader weather services that give you the general geographic area could be giving you any microclimate in the major population centers, whereas we're focused on stadium located weather forecasts. So if you go across the top browser, you see the home. There's a news page where we'll soon have this week's ChabDog interview posted. And then there's something very important. There's the weather analytics. And can we flip to that tab for a second? At the top, analytics.
This one? NFL Analytics?
Third tab.
Oh, I got
I think he's on analytics now, right?
Okay.
It says analytics. NFL
home
weather.
news analytics, but that still looks like the home page showing here. Up there it goes. It's
Yeah.
analytics now. So here you have an opportunity to search and filter the weather conditions for the last 17 years of NFL games, quarter by quarter, team by team. So
Wow.
as an example, let's look up the Pittsburgh Steelers and perhaps see how many games they've played in the snow and how they've actually performed.
I'll just hit search.
Search. Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
scroll down a bit.
And
There you go. How many games do we have?
Oh, it goes wow, it goes back. It goes back 100 pages.
It goes back. And
yeah, I'll go back to
right now you're pulling up more games than snow, but you can filter it for just the snow games and get the scores quarter by quarter and see the results and the conditions quarter by quarter.
Wow.
Additionally, the live forecast is important quarter by quarter if you want to make a prop bet in the middle of a game. But most of the people we see using NFL weather are logging on just before kickoff so they can enter their fantasy lineups or know what to wear to a game or check the wind conditions at the stadium, because often enough we'll see the over-under bet at 2.5 points with a field goal being 3 points. It really comes down to the wind direction impacting the odds.
Yeah. Wow.
Looks like it looked like it was a little windy on the 16th here at 17 mile per hour.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but there was an article published in the New York Post lambasting the Fox News field reporter for talking to coaches in 30 plus a mile an hour winds and not mentioning the impact of weather conditions on the game and the fact that they chose not even to go for extra points. And this New York Post reporter said the Fox News reporter should have looked at NFLweather.com.
That's
right. Yeah, your usage must of the site, it must really go up a lot during the games, right?
It goes up a lot right before the game. When conditions change, you'll see a secondary spike at halftime. But most people enter their bets and their lineups just before game time. So I can see the spikes in traffic before the kickoff times. Thursday night, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Monday night.
I got you. Okay.
So
go ahead.
The analytics is significant because this data does not exist anywhere else. It's truly unique to NFL weather to have a historical database like this with all the weather conditions and scores quarter by quarter. So you can look up and see how Aaron Rodgers actually performs in the snow. Surprisingly, Green Bay doesn't do as well in the snow. They're not as dominant as one would expect. But Miami performs well, often upsetting New England in foul conditions.
Your nightmare would be, though, wouldn't it, that at some point all the stadiums are indoors and then there's no relevance to weather, right?
Well, actually, not unlike you guys making your picks, my nightmare is Dallas. It's the retractable domes. Because there aren't any good feeds to monitor whether or not the roof is going to be closed. And occasionally they make a game time decision. So we have to monitor those retractable domes to see if it's going to be open or closed. However, for those people, NFL weather's free. And if you register an account and subscribe, it's still free, but then you can receive alerts on the games, the team that interests you most. And this is key for season ticket holders going to the games. So even if there's a dome that's closed or a permanent rooftop, we'll still provide the forecast for the fans attending the game so they know what's going to happen to the tailgate.
Okay. And what is is there something about partnerships there? So do you have some kind of partnership going on with the betting sites?
We have a couple of partnerships, but it's a free site built by fans for fans. But we've partnered with Gannett USA Today to provide some content. They give us access to their image library for our blog posts and articles and some limited advertising. We don't accept the dynamic ads that are talking the movies. We've also partnered with a group called Vegas Kings, and they build websites for casinos in Las Vegas, the Harrah's of the world, the Caesars of the world, and so forth. So just to make it a little easier for those placing bets to access content.
Okay. Well, I encourage everybody to check that out, and we'll have your perspective on some of the games and how they might be influenced as we go through our little predictions here. I hope you can help me out.
I'll hang here. And as we go through those predictions, we should see if the
I
weather
need the help.
forecast impacts your opinions.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get going here. Briefly to say, in college football, not mostly expected things happened, though there was a big upset that I don't think people, it's on, maybe not on the radar screen, but the Pitt Panthers beat Georgia Tech up, and that was not expected. They might actually win the ACC now. I'm a Pitt Panther fan.
How about the Notre Dame?
Yeah, Notre Dame. The Notre Dame game was pretty bad, but we seem to recover somehow. And Georgia Tech has a good team, and I think they were undefeated or one loss, and they totally Pitt shocked them. So that was
20 teams. Right?
Yeah. I don't know what Yale did, Rick. Do you know if Yale won? I was really worried about that.
I know that my son was at the game. But around here where I am, everyone was talking Cal Stanford, but Yale really took it to Harvard 45-28.
We won that game. Yes.
31 points in the first half. Took them out at the Hero Bowl.
We get to go to the playoff.
Yeah. That's called the game, isn't it? Or is it the big game?
So Harvard Yale is the game, and then iterating on that was Cal Stanford with the big game, and then the big game became quite famous after the play.
Yes, we don't have the video of the play, but Rick is a college football veteran. You were a kicker for Middlebury, right?
Place kicker, and I had a dubious Bull Durham record for most consecutive successful onside kicks.
Yeah, he's an expert in onside kicks. Did you see The Longest Yard? I saw the remake of that movie. A very funny scene where they have this real spastic guy, and he's like the backup kicker, but so they told him they gave him the job of doing it was like an unintentional onside kick, because he's so bad that when he kicked it, it turned into a great onside kick.
Ironically, we watched that last night, but I saw the onside kick coming.
So you saw Brucey's onside kick?
I saw Brucey's onside kick. I knew why they put him in the game. He's an old-time toe jammer, and they should have recovered that onside kick.
That was a hilarious movie. I really loved that, man.
It was funny because there were a lot of references in the movie that were vetted only for old-time sports fans.
Yeah, and it was interesting because it's a remake of a great movie from the 70s, and it parallels a lot of the dialogue from the 70s with twists and little differences. But if you saw the first movie, you really appreciate the second movie.
Very much so.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're running a little behind, but at the break, I want to play a botched field goal, which I think it actually counts, and I'm going to show this to you and ask Rick's opinion of this. But we'll deal with that in 15 minutes. So, all right, Abe, why don't you let's start my deplorable picks here.
Very much so. But before we start, just wanted to let you guys know, week 11, we'd like to crown our champion, Frank the Tank from Barstool Sports. Again, thank you for participating in our picks. He did very well as well read. They look like they got quite a few picks in. I came in third. ChabDog, you and me came in third, and then Aaron York came in last place. So
that must be why he's not even showing up today.
Maybe that's why he was like, forget it. It's gone to hell. It's all gone straight to hell for him. So that was just a quick look at our results for our picks. Not good, but here we are. So let's see where we're at today. That's the group. Let me just grab my fantasy.
Bottom line is Abe is still spectacularly good, and the rest of us are either mediocre or pathetic.
So I'm still under 1,000 in the ESPN global pool. So I'm doing okay. as far as my pick 'em is going. Standard pick, I'm under 10,000.
Oh,
But let's go here to. Obviously, this one was horrific Thursday night. Oh my gosh, terrible.
yeah, I had some highlights from that game we could play if you want to see Josh Allen running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
You can. This is the time to do it.
We got that clip here. Let's play it. It's this one here. Should I add it to
Throw
the
it on
stage?
there. Yeah, add it.
All right, you'll
And
enjoy this.
It's deflected and picked Kalen Bullock. And he is shaking off tacklers. And he's going to score, but in real time, you might have seen a clear block.
Oh, that
in the
was a
back.
block in the back.
Derek Barnett. That takes the touchdown off the board. The Texans settle for just 3. So it's a 4-point lead, and it lasts about 10 seconds. Ray Davis spins out a tackle. Makes Fairbairn miss, although, I mean, what was Fairbairn going to do? Out in space with Davis, nothing you could do with that.
Look at that.
He flips into the end zone. In the blink of an eye, the Bills back in front. This Texans offense, though, they weren't content to just go into the locker room. They go down the field, and it's Mills to Jaden Higgins. So a wild scoring finish to the end of the first half. It's 20-16. It's now a 7-point lead, 4th and 1, and it's a
Worst
dive
call
up
of the
middle,
year.
And Cook is bowled over, and as Allen heads
Yeah,
back
they
to the
just
sideline,
got
he has a
hammered.
very important question.
What the hell was he doing? Yeah, that's what he said.
Texans
why would
take
you run that
over.
play?
But they give the ball back,
Terrible.
and now it is
This was
Khalil
nice.
Shakir, who makes a couple of defenders miss on a 3rd and 12 screen. The Bills, though, would bog down and
If
settle
they had
for
just
a
kicked the
goal,
field-
so it's a
yeah.
4-point game. They force a punt. It's now 3rd and 20. And Allen under duress all night. There's a flag for a hold. Allen goes down, sacked for the 8th time. Again, he's shaking his hand. This time it's
Bad
his
hand.
throwing hand.
Ugh.
He's trying to shake that off as they try to dial up a 4th and 27.
Didn't matter
What's
how
the
much he
play?
shake, he
It's
couldn't
not
get it
quite
done.
pitch
Oh,
and
This
pitch
was
and
nice.
roll.
That one
That
was
was
nice. That was a great play.
Unbelievably
Looking
executed.
at it.
It's Josh Palmer.
That was the best
toss
play
is
of the
Khalil
game.
Shakir. They
It
gave
just- they couldn't
44
finish it. They couldn't-
yards. That is,
They couldn't
seal the
stop
deal.
in
it.
terms of the execution,
Texans couldn't quit, man.
hook and ladder.
I got picked off. I
The
think.
drive continues. 3rd and 1. Allen
Oh.
looking for Shakir, and
Nope.
Anderson Jr. was so great all night. No play bigger than this as he deflects what would have certainly been a first
That
down
guy's a
toss
beast.
to Shakir after a false start penalty.
And then this was just a
Allen,
throwaway.
Now under duress, just has to get rid of it. Bullock
Yeah,
with his
that was
second
a-
pick of the
It
game.
was a pick
It
throwaway.
was a flag for
That
Yeah.
was not good. So
we all
let me
got that
see.
game wrong.
Yeah.
Except for
So,
Aaron.
Everybody.
so let's go ahead and take that one down.
Oh, how do I take it off?
I think you click on
Remove.
it. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
So let's talk about the next game here. It's a Pittsburgh-Chicago
Oh.
game. Look at this. Great. Look at we got all the weather right here. We got everything from kickoff to all the quarters, as Rick had mentioned. I don't know. It doesn't look too bad.
It's a sunny day at Soldier Field.
Looks like a beautiful day.
Chicago.
Yes. That's got to be one of the least comfortable stadiums in the NFL, I bet.
Yeah,
Like
really.
old, kind of not fixed up. But that's real, 1950s football there. And I
It
like
is.
this. Yeah. I like
But
the
when-
Steelers because the Bears defense isn't really that good. They don't have I think they're ranked 27th, and they're missing a bunch of linebackers today. And the Steelers are going to have some more inspired leadership with gritty Mason Rudolph. Can't scare that guy. So I'm going to go with the Steelers. No
That
surprise.
sounds like a biased pick. I'm gonna go with the Bears. I mean, we got Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's playing today.
What's the spread?
3.5.
3.5 points, favoring the Bears.
No.
Well,
I guess
there's a
Steelers-
straight pick 'em on NFL weather, and I picked the Bears earlier this week. Boswell has been underperforming, even though he's got some clear conditions today at Soldier Field. It'll be uncomfortable for the fans, but very comfortable for the players on the field. The team that crosses the 50-yard line the most should win.
Oh,
There you go. I say Pittsburgh.
you
Yes,
don't,
Rick.
but don't you like Boswell? He's a good kicker, isn't he? You would put
I
him on the
did, but
top.
it's kind of like golf. Everyone goes through a peak phase.
Hmm. But the Bears kicker isn't really that great. It's Pinero, I think. Is it Pinero?
The Bears kickers are on rotisserie.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they're yeah. All right, Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Steelers, even with that spread.
Thank you,
that's right,
Brian.
Chicago doesn't need it. Yeah, Pittsburgh, because you're right. I was talking about Rodgers, and he's out. That might be a good thing for Pittsburgh this time.
Yeah,
The old guy's getting stuck.
Mason Rudolph. I love that guy. He looks like Henry Steele in One-on-One. From
He's
the,
always been reliable. Yeah.
and I love the new porn stash he's got. The Boogie Nights stash. You seen that?
He's
Yeah. Well, all right. I guess it's a split decision on that one.
Okay.
So
Yes. So it's a split decision. So let's go on to the next game here. We'll go to this wonderful website called NFLweather.com. Let's see here. What's next? Next is going to be New England against the Bengals.
oh, rumble in the jungle.
but Burrow's not playing.
Oh, we knew that, right? Just
The Spiders
It's a-
decided.
it could be a letdown game for the Patriots, who are coming off. They're coming off a bye, right?
Yeah, they've had 11 days to prepare for this one, although they should be able to stick to their game plan with clear conditions.
Hmm.
Eight games in a row they won.
And the Bengals are coming off that bad loss to Pittsburgh. Gosh, I don't think there's a lot of reason to pick the Bengals. I think I went with the Patriots, despite the huge. It's a big spread. It's
Big spread, yeah. I'd
8.5.
I think the Bengals will cover that.
Oh, what do you say, Abe?
I like New England. I think they're hot. I think they're look unstoppable right now, and I'm just rolling with the momentum. And this is the Bengals. It's not like maybe I would think twice if it was the Rams, right? Maybe I think a little twice if it was the Lions, but it's the Bengals. And it's an 8.5 point spread, and it seems like an easy cover from my perspective.
Yeah, they had an extra rest. Rick, do you agree?
Depends on the weather.
I agree. Granted, I'm born in Boston, but I have to take the Patriots in this. At some point near the end of the season, there should be a letdown game. But right now, it's very clear that the whole is greater than the individual parts. They are the true definition of a team. New England hasn't had that in a few years, and Cincinnati's still piecing together their parts.
Right, and they got a really cushy schedule going forward. If you've taken a gander at that schedule, it's a cakewalk, really.
They do have a light schedule, and what that means is they should probably get into the playoffs a little healthier than other teams.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that kind of deals with the Bungles. Next.
So next, it's going to be the New York Giants at the Detroit Lions, and of course, here's a beautiful little photo of it showing that it's indoors, of course. So this is great, but the weather a little chilly outside, but again, it's an indoor game, and ready to rock and roll here with what they call a 10.5 point point spread against the Giants, who. I mean, honestly, come on. Like, they have Russell Wilson, and he's still not playing that guy. QB1 is out. QB2 is out. It's just a mess right now.
Who's playing today? It's Jameis Winston?
I think so, yeah. I think it's Jameis Winston over Russell Wilson. He really has fallen off the cliff, man. Russell Wilson has fallen off the cliff. But he's the backup. He's the backup quarterback. So
Well, he's hanging on the cliff. He would have fallen off if he was with the Jets.
But
Good one.
anyways, good news is that this thing has gone all the way to 14.5 points for today's spread. So today it's at 14.5. ESPN got what, like 10.5 points, I believe. And so, I mean, this is just screaming Lions in every single way. It's like, you know what? Look, we're getting it at a discount. We're getting today's pick at a 4-point discount. So it's just Lions. That's all I got to say.
I'm going to go with New York to keep it closer than, well, maybe 10 points. 10 points or less. Yeah.
Yeah. If this was in New York, I'd say that's a good idea. But I'm going to go with on and off Goff because I think he's going to be on today. He was off last week, and he seems to always be off whenever I watch him in prime time, and I'm going with them on the spread. I can't figure them out, but they don't have any major injuries, right? And this is obviously a big bounce back opportunity for them. They have to win this game, and so I don't see why the Lions wouldn't be, normally productive today, and probably win by 2 touchdowns. So, Abe, you're going with the Lions, right?
I'm going with the Lions. Easy pick.
Okay.
All right. I hate to take the Lions with 10.5 because that's just the right spread for 50% of the money land on each side. But James Winston, indoors, clear conditions, I think he's going to get knocked around. And Goff has been hot and cold. He's got to turn it up before the playoff. This is the week.
Yeah. Yeah, the Lions, I mean, they're still a good team, but there's serious questions in my mind about their play calling because they've had that as a major problem this year, and the coach is now calling all the plays, I think. And I didn't like what I saw last week, but I have a feeling whatever they do this week will, be better planned out, and I'm praying. So, all right, let's go to the next conundrum here. What's next?
We got the Vikings versus Green Bay Packers, and it looks like it's going to be here. Beautiful Lambeau Field. Here's a beautiful photo of it, by the way.
All these beautiful days. We got to find a bad weather game.
This seems like a good day to me. It seems okay for Green Bay.
41 degrees is a perfect day in Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, look, end of November, 43 degrees, nice and sunny. It's perfect for Green Bay. I got the Green Bay. I'm rolling with it. I'm going to roll with the nice weather, and I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers 6.5 points today. So
6.5.
6.5.
Yeah. The Packers have not been covering. Let's face it. Okay. When's the last time they covered? I can't even remember.
Okay.
I'm really getting.
Never.
I mean, so they have to win this by a touchdown against a Minnesota team that really doesn't have much offense. I think they're missing their running back today. Gosh, do you want to trust the Packers again? What are you doing, Brian?
I've always favored Minnesota, no matter who or where they play. They've really been disappointing this year.
So you don't like them either?
No, I'm going to go with Packers, even with the spread.
Yeah. I picked Minnesota, but
Aaron Jones did put in a full practice on Thursday, so he's going to be in carrying the ball. But they can move it with the short pass because there really is no weather impact on the game. They don't have to run it. It's not cold and wet in Green Bay. That being said, the Purple People Eaters have not been. They've been a disappointment this season. Packers are going to win, but I don't think they'll cover.
That's a good. And let me tell you, Rick, 51% of the ESPN pool agrees with you. Because we're looking at it right here. 51% pick the Vikings to cover. So,
Abe, did you take the? So you took the Packers.
Look, I took them right here. I take the Packers. I believe in Jordan Love.
It's just a touchdown, got for gosh sakes. I mean,
It's a
I don't.
touchdown.
I just don't like JJ McCarthy that much. Never
Well,
have.
probably win by 6.
Yeah, like this is typical. All right, you know what? Against my better judgment, I'm gonna go with the Packers. don't like that.
Oh, switching
I-
the pick.
I switched my pick.
Oh,
All right,
no.
let's
I
go
agree.
through one more before the break here.
Now we're doomed. Now that there goes the Packers.
Yeah, I just
Yes,
poisoned the
switch
Packers.
the pick. All right. So the next one is Seahawks and the Titans, but I want to see what the weather is going to be for that.
Talk about a bloated line. What's the line now?
Well, we're still in the Midwest. Same front.
Well, there we go. Here you go.
It'll probably be closer than it should be, but Seahawks will
12
win.
and a half. It's 12 and a half. Is it still 12 and a half points, Abe?
I see it as 12 and a half points. But
Oh,
today, if we were to put the book in, it would be 11 and a half points.
Yeah.
So it has
Well,
gone down a point.
That's pretty obnoxious, but the fact is Seattle is one of the best teams in the league. I think they got everything. Their quarterback's, playing much better than I thought he would. And the defense is excellent. I don't think the Titans have anything going for them, but they did beat the spread last week by a half point. That killed me.
74% agree with you in the ESPN pool with, even though it's a 12 and a half point spread, 74% of the ESPN folks are going with the Seahawks.
Yeah. All right. Well, I picked the Seahawks. What did you do, Abe?
Seahawks. Nick,
Yeah.
Rick, what do you got?
Each time I see the Seahawks, I'm both surprised and impressed by how strong they are. My concern about the spread is how long will they have to keep their starters in the game this week? Titans are weak.
Yeah. So you think they get the lead and then they just coast, and that's how the spread gets wrecked?
Why wouldn't they? They need to plan for the playoffs.
They do, don't they? So you're gonna take the really ballsy, smart move and go with the Titans, right?
Seahawks by 10, not covering the spread.
Wow.
That's I mean, it could go
Makes a
down
lot
that
of
way,
sense.
Rick. Could go down. I'm hoping that they get they get 14 points and then they feel comfortable. Okay, we can pull the starters up. I'm hoping they'll get the 2 touchdown insurance before they pull that move.
That's what I anticipate, but one can never tell.
That's the
Yeah.
joy of football.
They could
Brian,
have
what do you
Cruz
want? What do
shaving
you-
points.
What are you saying, Brian?
Well, I was going to go with Seahawks, but after listening to Rick there, I'm thinking 12 and a half points. Nah. I'll give the Titans the benefit of covering the spread. Maybe they'll leave by 12 or 11.
Yeah. I just don't think the Titans are going to score enough points. So they keep making the same
I
mistake.
don't either, but I just got a feeling.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So despite my better judgment, I'm going with the 12 and a half. It's just ridiculous, but I have to do it. All right. Well, let's go to a break quickly and then handle the rest of the games. I did have a clip I wanted to show first of a field goal that I've never seen this before. And have you ever seen this before? Let's show it to Rick.
Nothing. Not a thing. It don't mean nothing. Not a thing. Right. You don't
Watch
mean
this.
Nothing, brother. Not a thing. It don't mean nothing, man. Not a thing.
Not me.
Got a still frame.
It should show the kick going off of the referee.
There you go.
It hit the
Takes
referee
his
in the
hat
head,
off.
took his hat, and went
And
over the
through
crossbar.
uprights. That's good.
It's a good field goal.
It's a good field goal.
Medevac.
The officiating team is in play.
After Doc 2.
Yeah. So you never kicked the ball at the referee?
Never tried
Cool
to.
boy, should be the lower.
Met at Oakland.
Yeah.
Though I did see some passes thrown their way, just like in the longest yard.
They never catch
Did
me.
you ever? Did you have any game-winning field goals as the time ran out?
I've had a couple of those. Also had a couple on the other side. Learned how the
Oh,
media treats a visiting team that doesn't make a last-second field goal from 55 yards. Save coach's butt in the newspaper.
yeah, yeah. It being a kicker is just it's kind of thankless, but I guess there are high points. It's just the lows are really
There are
it's a
highs
tough.
and lows. Imagine being on the Ryder Cup team where you're just a dedicated putter for the golf team.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Uh-huh.
it's not always fun unless you win.
Yeah. But it's the life you chose because you wanted the glory of being a football player.
And I was too small for the other positions.
But believe it or not, this guy is also a hockey player. He's a rough and tough hockey player.
Oh man.
Now, that's a lot of fun.
Good athletes. So, but a lot of them are soccer players nowadays.
Well, you can take out your frustration from all those missed field goals. But I'd like to see the NFL expand the rules some, more like rugby. Widen the hash marks, make the kicks more interesting. If a guy scores a touchdown touching the pylon out of the end of the end zone, snap it or kick it from the side of the field. Watch the fans engage. And watch ESPN show this highlight.
All right. Abe, do you want to play another? Do we have another clip you want to play? Anything?
Yeah. So another fun sponsor, and I mean fun sponsor of this show is of course Funhouse Game Company, which is a gaming apparel company that, well, I guess you could say there isn't that many gaming apparel companies out there, and I guess I felt a need. I don't have a baby that gave me a wake up call at 2 a.m. to say, hey, maybe I need a hat or something that's gaming, for gamers, by gamers. But here we are. I guess that's kind of the story of ChabDog's Sports with, of course, you, Rick, with creating your website, my brother Frank in being on this show in the past and having his sports encyclopedia website, and of course me with Funhouse Game Company. So of course, here's a little promo clip sponsoring today's show. So that's just a quick clip introducing the apparel brand to, of course, any gamer out there. If you like any type of games, you know where to come. Hit us up. Funhouse Game Company, for gamers by gamers.
We love the hats. Propeller hats are coming.
Good propeller hat.
I want one of those. I need to get one of those.
Propeller hats are on their way.
Yes.
And with that, let's talk about some weather in Kansas City.
Is this the weather game? Not really.
This is
We're
not the weather.
Still in the Midwest.
Oh, just boring. 46 degrees.
Yeah.
Looks like a great day in Kansas City. Are we in Kansas City? We are. See, it's right here.
And
That's
the
what it
Chiefs,
looks like.
The Chiefs are actually underdogs today, or favorite.
They are favored by 3.5 points. However, today's spread is they are favored by 4.5 points.
So it's growing.
It's growing, yes.
Yeah, this is the classic bounce back scenario for Kansas City, where their backs are against the wall, circling the wagons. This is a must win. All those things are being said, and it is true. They have to come through today, and the Colts have much less to lose. So that's why I'm going with the Chiefs. It's just something.
Cross your fingers and go for it.
What's that?
Cross your fingers and go for it.
Yeah, and the Colts have let me down before on the road. Like I remember that Rams game when they really didn't get the job done at all. The last game they won, they were behind and they pulled that out of their ass. I still like the Chiefs at home in this scenario. What do you think, Abe?
I will say this. I will say that the Colts are a little bit of a tough team. This isn't the Bengals. This is the Colts. And the Colts, they've been doing okay. I mean, look at the numbers. It ain't too bad. I think there's a reason why this game is close. And, we can't really – you got to look at it. The Chiefs have been kind of not been – this hasn't been a great season for them. Things are what they used to be. And so I think the Colts are coming in here to prove a point today. And I think they're going to at least cover the spread. But that's just me.
Right. Well, it could very well be a nail biter, 3 or 4 points, which means it could go either way. All right, Rick. Well, you get the last word.
I'd say the Chiefs really do have to pull it together this week. They haven't looked like the Chiefs, and talking about their dynasty being history, I expect they'll be up to the end of the game. But Jonathan Taylor is going to get the Colts into field goal range. So regardless of who wins, I'm looking at the Colts to cover the spread.
I think the Chiefs and the spread.
Yeah, that
they have to do it.
I'm going to remember that. Yeah, I could definitely see. It comes down to when that field goal is, when they have the chance to kick that field goal, because if they're down by 4 towards the end of the game, then they're not going to kick a field goal. But if they're down by 2 or 3, that's where that comes into play. I kind of doubt that they could kick that field goal in the beginning of the fourth quarter to bring it within 4, but whatever.
Chiefs are driving, or rather, the Colts are driving down the field with 6 or 7 minutes left. They get held up at the 30. What's the choice? Go for a kick.
The Colts don't have a great kicker, too, right? Their kicker is kind of weak, isn't he?
Yeah, but they're down by 5, 6, 7 minutes remaining.
Yeah,
25-yard field goal. What's the call?
Interesting, because it will be outside. The wind conditions are going to probably be a factor in the Chiefs stadium, right?
Well, it's sunny, but let's take a look at those wind conditions.
Yeah, what are the wind conditions like?
It's going to be very mild.
Mild.
Fourth quarter, we're looking at 7 miles per hour, southwest facing. Looking at Arrowhead Stadium, it's an enclosed stadium on all sides. The wind should not be significant. Depending on the direction of the coin flip, may determine whether or not the kicker hooks the ball.
Interesting analysis. All right, well, Rick, I will be singing your props if I'm wrong and you're right. Okay.
All right.
I'll remember that next week, and then when we have you back, you can rub my nose in it. Because you're the kicker and I'm not.
Well, you're the show host, and I'm just doing a weather site here. So,
okay.
So, looks like a lot of games in the Midwestern time zones this week where we have conditions. And then,
all right,
go ahead. What's
it like in Baltimore? Baltimore's the next game. Baltimore and the Junkyard Jets.
It's beautiful.
It really is.
Beautiful Baltimore.
It's a beautiful day in Baltimore, man. I don't know what to say. I mean, there it is. Here's what we're looking at, but it looks fantastic. Weather doesn't seem to be an issue. Here's the wind. It is gusting up to 20 miles per hour, so there's a little bit of a wind there. I think that might be the only real concern as far as weather today. And let's go with the Jets have to cover 13.5 points against the Baltimore Ravens. That is what we're looking at today. Let's see if that has changed. It has changed. It's now 14.5 point spread versus a 13.5 point spread. So it's not looking very good for the Jets right now to cover that.
We're getting him at a discount, though.
You're getting him at a discount. Let's see. Only 37% is flying with me with the New York Jets, which looks pretty sad and pathetic right now. But then, it's the islands that sometimes gets you the lead in these NFL pick'em pools. So, you got to jump on the island on some of these. So this one might be that one for the island. We'll see.
The quarterback?
Justin Fields, maybe.
Justin, that's right.
Lamar Jackson, he's back.
Yeah, the Ravens are totally healthy, right? And they're 500 now. They righted the ship.
Yeah.
God, it's all pointing towards the Ravens for a sucker like me.
But 14 points. Yeah.
They have to win by 14 freaking points, though.
It's a big spread, and
That-
look. I mean, they did it with Miami. You know, they did it with Miami. They did it with the Bears. You wouldn't have gotten with the Vikings. You wouldn't have gotten with the Browns. So that's where he's like, you know, again, it's a big spread. You know, money line pick, it's easy, but this spread is what makes it challenging. Rick, what's your take?
Well, you know, it's a huge spread, but you got Derrick Henry. I think he's a 100-yard game away from approaching the top 10 total yardage running backs in NFL history. He'll get to probably 11th place with a 100-yard game today. So they're definitely handing the ball to him. Whereas the Jets are going to have to make up some points. We're looking at a little bit of wind and also some high humidity. So take 2 to 3 yards off every throw and every kick, and that just makes it harder for the Jets. That said,
7 touchdowns.
Yeah, I've only bet more than a 14-point spread 2 times in history. First time was the underdog Patriots against the Rams. Pats were just coming on too strong. And second time was the favored Patriots against the Giants, both Super Bowls. Otherwise, that's a really dangerous spread. I think Baltimore might get Henry 100 yards in 3 quarters, rest the team, and Jets will lose by 10 or 12.
Oh, yay!
You had to do this to me, man.
I don't know.
I picked the Ravens. I picked the Ravens, but God, I mean, all my instincts tell me this is too many points.
It's a lot of points. And
The
we've got a straight pick 'em on NFL weather. I'm not usually betting the spread because it wasn't intended as a gambling site. Just trying to figure out who's going to actually prevail in these games and which fantasy players to start.
Yeah. All right. So Brian, you picked the Ravens, right?
Yeah. It's the Jets. What can I say?
Did Abe? Nobody picked the Ravens.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh God.
I didn't pick the Ravens.
That's
all that matters. Rick didn't pick the Ravens.
I get. All right. I picked the Ravens. So whatever. I'm just gonna go with that. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
I can't.
ChabDog, again, 37% side with logic today. So it's okay.
Yeah.
You can be part of the 63%.
I'll just get another red mark next to my name. That's all right.
It'd be like a Notre Dame game, huh?
The next game is a real fascinating battle of feeble teams. The Browns traveling to Allegiant Field to pay homage to the Raiders, who looked absolutely sickening last game. I went with the Raiders last week. For some reason now they're favored by 3.5 points against the pathetic Browns. I picked the Browns because the Raiders they are a dumpster fire. I don't know though. The Browns are starting a new quarterback, a Shedeur Sanders. So whatever you make of that. Abe, do you like the Browns?
You know what? Let me take a quick glance over here. No, I went with the Raiders with a little bit, but if Shedeur is starting, I think that could be something exciting. I mean, they're at this point where they're starting Shedeur Sanders. I think we're gonna see. I think this is a surprise game. I think it's a little bit of a wild card game. Against the Raiders. I think the Raiders are just where are we at with them? Yeah, they've been losing, and so have the Browns, and so this is just a bad game versus a bad game. I went with the home team. I just went with the Raiders.
4 points. Rick, are you going to give me any support here on the Browns?
They got a new quarterback, and they weren't looking good before that. The Raiders have moments of brilliance. They could win by a touchdown. Why not? I haven't paid attention to this game, but I do think it's the game to bet because nobody's paying attention to it. So that's usually where you can get the best break on the odds.
So it sounds like you're Raiders too.
I'll go with the Raiders today. And if I was placing a bet today, I'd probably take the Raiders because even though it's in Vegas, I don't think Vegas is paying attention.
All right, Brian.
I like that. I like that analysis, and it's still 3.5 points. So you're right. Maybe this is a gift. This is a little bit of a Vegas gift. No one really cares. No one paying attention. So this is a good time to put $100 on the Raiders.
We'll
see where it goes.
That's I think the Raiders for $10.
You like the Raiders?
I like the Raiders.
So
I'm gonna go with the Raiders. Let's see what else. What's next on the list?
All right. Well, I'm going to stick with the Browns because I picked them, and I have no reason to do anything since I just don't have a feeling for why the Raiders would play well today, other than they're playing a bad team. But they're really bad. That defense they need to clean house. Okay, what's the next game?
Well, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Arizona Cardinals. This is, of course, in Arizona, which is a covered stadium here. And if we were to take a look at their horrible weather today, it's another beautiful day in Arizona. Today, it's great. You know, the rains had just gone through. So I think there's just a lot of good weather in California as there is in Arizona. And it looks great. But again, it's indoors. So
Wow.
Looking good.
The Jaguars so the Cardinals, it is indoors, you're saying. Is it a retractable roof situation?
It's indoors. Glendale does have a retractable roof, but it's much less of a retraction than Dallas has. It's really more of a blowhole. Won't impact the game.
A blowhole.
We got a blowhole. And today's blowhole game, we have so the Jacksonville Jaguars are favored by 2.5 points against Arizona Cardinals. That is where we're at today. You know,
I can't figure the Jaguars out because they have a pretty good physical team, but they're always missing something, and particularly on the road, you can't trust them. But then again, the Cardinals are missing more. I like the Jaguars kicker better. He's a great kicker, that guy. Have you seen that guy kick, Rick? He's got the biggest foot besides
He's
Dallas.
got a leg.
Yeah.
Lawrence has got 8 interceptions.
Little big man there. I went with the Jaguars.
I can never figure out the Cardinals.
Yeah, this will be a close game probably.
It'll be close and it won't be pretty. It's a hard one to call. It's a hard one to call. You never know when the Cardinals defense might show up.
Yeah,
and the other thing to keep in mind is that the Cardinals don't have Marvin Harrison Jr. today. Their wide receiver.
Well, why is that? It's not Rose Bowl week.
Yeah, so he underwent appendicitis surgery on November 12th.
Oh.
Well, he went in for appendicitis surgery, so he's out today. So that's just another little punch in the gut for the Cardinals.
So it sounds like, Abe, you're picking Jaguars, right?
I am picking the Jaguars, 2.5 points, and let me tell you, 76% of the ESPN pool is also leaning on the Jaguars for the 2.5 point favorite spread.
Okay. Well, I think, all right, we beat that one to death, didn't we? Is there anything more to say about that one? I think that
Trevor Lawrence has the best hair.
What's that?
Trevor Lawrence has the best hair.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he has got those flowing locks. Yes. He looks like a ancient Greek warrior or something. He's a physical specimen. He doesn't always get it done out there, but he looks like a quarterback.
Like quarterback in the 80s.
Yeah, he's like Joe Flacco on steroids. Well, all right. Time to move on to a more. I think this is a pretty interesting matchup. The Eagles and the Cowboys. Eagles are favored by 3.5 on the road against the Dallas team that's usually better at home.
We got
but
some weather there.
but that's a retractable roof again, right?
It's a retractable roof, but we are looking at a significant chance of thunderstorms in Dallas. Jerry Jones does not like the risk, and he'll have that roof closed early in the morning.
Okay, so the roof will be closed, so you just have the pitter patter of rain. There might be a distraction for somebody, but the fact is that Dallas's defense sucks. But the Eagles' offense hasn't been that good lately. God, this could be a trap game for the Eagles.
Another
Here.
tie, maybe.
God, does anybody have the nerve to go with the Cowboys?
No.
I don't.
They're going to break your heart in the fourth quarter, taking the Eagles.
I'm tired of I'm tired of going against the Eagles and getting crucified. I mean, I'm not impressed with their offense, but I keep picking against them and it doesn't work. So I'm going to just stick with the Eagles somehow, but I probably will get burned by a huge field goal from Dallas's, bionic Brandon. That's definitely a risk that he kicks a field goal late in the game to make it a 3-point or 2-point game.
It's definitely in there. I'm looking for one at the end of the first half, but I think when push comes to shove, we're going to hear the pitter patter of little feet behind Dak Prescott.
Yeah, the Eagles pass rush is pretty damn good. I was impressed with what I saw last week. They really made life difficult for who did they play last week? It was a primetime game, right?
They played last week. They
How are
played the Raiders and they played Detroit.
Detroit,
Detroit.
they made Goff's life pretty miserable last week. So yeah, let's just call it a day and go with the Eagles.
Well, I mean, look at this one. They played the Cardinals and they lost by 10 points. And they played Denver and they lost by way more.
Yeah.
And this
Rick
is
and I saw that game. That was the game we saw on the bar, right?
That was the game.
We were both crying for different reasons. Yeah.
So that's
All
what
right.
we got here. So the next one's going to be the Falcons and the Saints. Let's take a look at their
The ultimate nightmare for me, the Falcons. The effing Falcons.
Yes, the Falcons and the Saints. They're playing in New Orleans, as they say. New Orleans. Who dat is what they say. They're playing at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, which we all know is covered, but the weather doesn't look too bad for the tailgating. Tailgate weather looks okay for the guys outside.
69% of people are picking the Falcons, despite their lack of reliability, complete lack of reliability. And if I pick the Falcons, they will lose. So did anybody pick the Falcons?
I can't see a reason to pick the Saints, and I don't like betting on this game because
By the way, I
both
think
of
the
these teams are
Cowboys
fighting for the
didn't-
second draft pick next year.
So the Saints may be just mailing it in intentionally.
Who can throw the game better?
I don't even know who the quarterback is for the Saints. Does anybody?
Was it Rattler, Snake?
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow, this is impossible. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna.
Kyler Show?
Yeah, Kyler Show, and the Saints won last week, didn't they?
The Saints last week, what did they do? Let's take a look. Yeah, they beat the Panthers 17-7.
Oh
That
my
was a
God,
surprise.
that's like the typical thing where I'm just ignoring the fact that they won the game last week. The Falcons, I think, lost.
Falcons
And-
lost, but
overtime.
Panthers didn't beat the spread. Oh no, they did. They slightly beat the spread. That's right.
But the Falcons just have a better team, don't they? Anybody going with the Saints?
Can't think of a reason to bet on the Aints.
No.
Can't.
Thanks.
No.
Yeah, even though they beat the Panthers. Yeah, I'm just whatever. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. So everybody is poisoned on this one because you know what my record is with the Falcons.
Oh yeah.
I'll stick with you. I'll stick with you.
But every once in a while they come through. All right, the next game is another tantalizing spread. I think whoever did the spreads this week was doing a nice job because this one's just on the edge of sanity. The Rams 6.5-point favorites against the Buccaneers, who have lately looked very kind of weak and worthless. And the Rams generally have been a good pick against the spread, though. Last week they let everybody down with what happened against the Seahawks. I don't know, man. Buccaneers that's 6.5 points is a lot of points.
Yeah.
Are the Buccaneers reasonably healthy today?
I mean, let's take a look. Let's see what they got. Yes. And so do the Rams. Yes. So at least all their main players are, all the big ones. They're looking good.
Bucks cover.
It would be nice if the Tampa Bay had Bucky Irving. That would have been nice.
Oh, they don't have him?
No, he's out on a shoulder, but he might return next week, maybe.
Yeah,
That kind of hurts them a little bit. I mean, what you got to look at is, yes, the Rams have been good. Buffalo is a good team. But they lost by more than 10 points, so that's not good. They lost to New England by 5 points. I think the Rams. I think the Rams are good, but I'm hoping the Buccaneers have a little bit of fight in them to keep it within 6.5-point spread. But I think this is close. It's a close game in the spread as far as the spread is concerned. Yeah, I think the Rams will ultimately win unless they have some weird ass fluke game where they lose. But I just like to think maybe if the spread was a little smaller, I'd be more comfortable just going with the Rams.
So you're going with the Bucks?
I'm going with the Buccaneers today.
Yeah, I think 6.5 is too much. I went with the Buccaneers just because. Yeah, they're gonna have. I think Baker Mayfield's gonna have enough in his rifle to keep this thing within around 6. So, anybody like the Rams?
Well, I like the Rams, but they're not
Rams to win the game, but not to beat the spread.
Yeah.
Bucks are fighting to make the playoffs. They still got some fight in them. There'll be an early exit from the playoffs, but they're going to keep this one close enough for television ratings.
Yeah. All right.
And you know what? 55% of the ESPN pool also are going with the Bucks. So the majority of the ESPN folks feel that the Buccaneers have a fighting chance, like Rick and ChabDog's stated. So that seems kind of like where we're at.
I think that I keep seeing that I'm picking in line with the majority of the ESPN viewers, and that's probably where my problem is.
Well, the thing is if you can always pick the favorites, ChabDog, but where you stand elite is when you can get the underdogs right.
Right.
And you have to think about this could swing either way. And if you're going to pick an underdog, I think this is a good game to pick the underdog because there is some fight in Tampa Bay. So that's where we make the money.
All right, last game. Last but not least, the Panthers and the Niners, 7.5 points to the Niners as favorites. That's pretty big for the 49ers. I think this looks like a reaction to what happened last week with the Panthers disappointing. They disappointed badly against the Saints, and now they're going to play the Niners. I don't know, 70.5 is a lot of points for the Niners, but lately their offense has looked better. So anybody want to go with the Panthers here?
No, but I like the weather in San Francisco. It looks nice. Well, it's not really San Francisco, as Rick said. It's more Santa Clara, which
Yeah.
is way further south than San Francisco Airport and Candlestick Park for sure.
It's across the highway from San Jose Airport, but it's on the bay, so it has its own microclimate. Santa Clara is about the same size city as Green Bay. But the interesting thing is down there by the bottom of the bay, we're looking at 90% humidity.
Yeah.
So take 3 to 5 yards off every second half field goal, but also every long range pass. So with the Panthers, if you're not looking at a strong arm on the quarterback, we could have some more interceptions.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Panthers in an upset myself. I took it on the Sports Rock too.
Oh, wow. That's pretty ballsy, Brian.
Yeah.
I've been getting the Panthers wrong. They're another one of those teams that I don't have a good feel for them. They seem like they don't have much offense, but they've been pretty plucky, pretty tough generally. And of course the Niners, who knows? 7.5 points is a lot. Abe, what did you do on this?
I like the 49ers, and after Rick's weather analysis, I like the 49ers even more.
Okay. Well, on that note, I should just flip a coin on this one, but what the hell? I guess I'll go with the Niners. It doesn't. It's going to probably come back to bite you, Abe. But
I don't know. We'll see. We're talking about the Panthers against the 49ers, so I don't know. We'll see.
There's quarterback turmoil in Charlotte. I don't know what to do with Bryce Young. So I don't like big spreads, but I'll take the Niners defense.
Yeah, that's a good
I think the
defense.
Panthers are at least covered.
Yeah. Well, Brian, you got some balls there. Good for you. All right. Well, we're really out of time. Abe, I would just encourage you to mention NFL weather to people you know, including anybody over there at Barstool Sports. It's a great tool for the fantasy enthusiasts. And
Yeah, I'll stick it on Sports Rock too.
yeah.
Yeah, we can always send an email to our IT to see if we can get your website also as on our website.
Much appreciated, and you're welcome to take one of our free weather widgets. Have IT add that to your site. It'll automatically update the content in your blog posts or on your homepage.
Perfect.
Okay.
So, Will, I know that when we went to your website, there is a header up there that does say widgets.
Yes.
So we will go ahead and share this information with our IT at chabdog.com and see if we can get this awesome widget on our website too. It would be a great addition and a great partnership.
Live content post. Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Wonderful having you on. We're gonna fidget with your widget. And last thing is we're gonna go out with a terrific game from about 10 years ago when it's one of the last games the Steelers ever won in the playoffs. Maybe the last one. I don't remember. Second to last, I think, against the Bengals. And this was a bad weather game. There was a lot of rain in this game. I don't know if you remember this, Rick, but this was the game where Ben Roethlisberger came off of the deck. He got kicked. He got knocked out of the game. Came back at towards the end of the fourth quarter and led the Steelers on a game-winning drive that was aided by 2 penalties in one play.
What was the date of the game?
It was, I think it was like January of 2015 of 2016 or 15. I don't remember which one, but it was like a divisional playoff game in Cincinnati, and the Bengals had a 2-point lead. They had the ball on Pittsburgh's 30-yard line towards the end of the game, and they fumbled it. It was a rainy day. They fumbled the ball. Steelers recovered it, and then with like 40 seconds, they went into field goal range for Boswell. This was 2015. I think it was January 2015. Boswell's first year, and Trevor Burrrrfict or Vontez Burrrrfict got
January 9th, 2016. Pittsburgh 18, Cincinnati 16, and heavy rain.
Yes, and so the Bengals got hit with a roughing penalty where he took Burrrrrfict tried to take Antonio Brown's head off, and then there was somebody else on the Bengals complained and it pushed the referee, and there was another 15-yard penalty, and that was it. So let's roll that one, Abe. You can.
I got a quick birthday. Today would be Louis Tiant. He passed away last November or August. He passed away last year.
El Tiante.
But he had 167 complete games. 49 of those were shutouts. That's over 25% of his games were shutouts.
He's one of those. Yeah, he's one of those guys that is in. I think he's in the Red Sox Hall of Fame, but he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of he's got the numbers and stats that really.
He's on the edge.
Look at it. Yeah, on the edge.
Yeah, he's on the board.
187 wins.
In the words of Pink Floyd, have a cigar.
Yeah, but nobody had his wind up. You know, where he did that twirl.
Yeah.
The whirling Burrrrrrfict thing.
Yeah.
I saw him pitch when I was young.
Rick's a New England guy like me.
Yeah.
So
the hero must have, yeah.
Well, it was a lot of fun having you on, Rick. Love having you on anytime.
Thank you, ChabDog.
And I wish you the most of everything, the best of everything with NFL weather and everything. What the other things you're doing, and we'll be in touch.
Good weather.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Abe. Time to roll that last clip.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Burrrrrfict is coming across the field. I saw it. I thought it was him.
Yeah, I know that they both were in on the coverages at 55 or 37.
Personal foul, defense number 55. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Burrrrrfict in the end.
Definitely took the shot to the head. You could see it live. Marvin Lewis, before this drive started, was talking on the sideline the whole time, it seemed like, to Vontez Burrrrrfict, and yes.
Oh, my goodness. Brown is still down.
That's, of course, flagrant. And before this drive started, Marvin Lewis was on the sideline with him, talking to him the whole time to make sure that he controlled his emotions when he went back out on the field.
You know, I don't think that message resonated as much as Marvin tried. Brown is on his feet, and now there's a little flare up again. An official just got pushed. And now if this is just a penalty against Cincinnati, they're just going to make this a chip shot field goal and lose their season over it. Burrrrrfict thinks it might be against Pittsburgh.
Well, he just went over to the sideline and pushed his own coach. Whoa. You know, listen, Jim.
This call is huge because it's going to have everything to do with this field goal attempt.
Well, it's huge, but it's sad. I mean, we knew coming into the game that anything you did was going to be watched closely, and the officials, John Perry, they've tried to keep control of this game.
Personal foul. Defense number 24. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Adam Jones.
Well,
was Joey Porter, one of the assistants. He's had, of course, back in his playing days, scrapes. Then he got bumped.
no, it's just, can it get any worse?
No.
And it's just the,
I don't know. It's been in so many different places tonight.
Yes.
Roethlisberger being taken off the field and a
fans
couple of
cheering
the fact that he was injured. There have been a couple of times tonight you've wanted to use the word disgraceful. And it's certainly, it's It's what it is.
It's disgraceful in so many fronts by everybody. I mean, but you know, I'm not going to blame the officials, Jim. I am not. They have tried. How many flags can they throw? How many penalties?
Well, I'm going to get back to the fact that this young man right here, first-year kicker, has a chance to put the Steelers ahead with 18 seconds to go. What's going to likely be a 35-yard attempt. They're not going to run another play, risk anything. Nobody has any timeouts. I guess they could have, in theory, run a play and had a spike, but they're going to go ahead and go for the kick that in all likelihood would win it if he makes it. And the kick is drilled, and the Steelers...